Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to the world of magic and miracles, to the beautiful Advancement Center that Barbara Young spoke about yesterday. Like every other entity on the planet, there's growth and expansion, and the Advancement Center is no different. We grow, we expand, we take giant leaps forward in random moments that most times have no measure of time or no sequence. And just like everyone else, as you jump on to that trampoline and move further from where you were, you affect humanity. You affect everything. You affect consciousness. And the Advancement Center is no different. As we experience a leap of freedom, allowing more expression, which brings in more grandeur, more magnificence for the whole world and beyond. There's nothing but excitement, anticipation for when you experience a miracle from magic. Your life has changed. You discover more about your power and everyone's power at the same time. So I'm leaping from stars out in the galaxy back into the physical world and back out again. Letting each person see how amazing they are. Open the door to your heart. Open the door to your soul. Get back in the flow. Open the door to your heart. Money doesn't make you fulfilled. Money's just for paying the bills. It's need, not greed. Open the door to your heart. You've got eyes to see and ears to hear. Then why don't you quit crying in your beer, my dear? Don't you think I know who my enemies are? Their slip is showing and the door is ajar. Well, this time they pushed me too far. Open the door to your heart. Open the door to your heart. Open the door to your soul. Get back in the flow. Open the door to your heart. the summer of lies. So climb atop the mountain high, above the black volcanic sky. Let the ash fall to the ground, exposing agendas that are not easily found. Sit back and watch more eruptions to come. Have no opinion, or in the ash you'll succumb. Very soon, it all will be clear that all that was orchestrated was produced to bring fear. When the dust settles and you begin to realize that many will be fooled during this summer of lies. But if you sit back and watch, what's true will begin to materialize. The deception that was orchestrated was happening right before our eyes. Don't be attached to the outcome, either good or bad, as long as you don't get pulled in. What they're planning for you will pass. Pass right by your door, so it's better if you look away. Otherwise, it can be tempting to argue with what they say, or to agree or to react if what says seems positive, for the lies will go both ways. It's your attention that gives them dominance. This time is about us too, to look deep inside, to discover in the light our own summer of lies. We are the only ones who will see that what they're showing us is lies. It is a time for us to discover in ourselves what we no longer can deny. Be prepared to see things that you've never seen before, as in this summer of lies, we will know what they had in store. And then we can change it. We can change it all. But first we must become unattached, or we will surely begin to fall. It is a path we must go through. There's no getting around. The summer of lies is coming to town. But now that you know, the choice is up to you. Have no opinion or remain engaged. No one can tell you what to do. But now you'll know when they write the words across the skies that you've just entered the summer of lies. The seedling, fragile yet indestructible. We are carried along the wind like a seedling, fragile yet indestructible. We are moved here and there, to and fro, for reasons that we will not know until we know. Moved along by a flow of infinite intelligence, of which we are a part of, a magnificent orchestration of movement. Then at some point we are planted like a great redwood tree, putting down roots for a time which can be like the winter season of our life. It is just a moment, for soon spring will return and we will be uprooted once again and blown into a new awareness, a new understanding, a new reality. And once again, in that moment, we see ourselves as the seedling, fragile and new, yet still indestructible, being blown by the winds of change, moved to the music of the divine by the conductor of the flow. It is in that indestructible fragility that we discover the world of magic and miracles, for we see that we are not fully in control of the flight of the seedling. We are the seedling, and we are delivering an influence on its movement, but we must also recognize that there is something bigger in play that is influencing the destiny of this one precious seedling. I'm speaking these words into a phone as I'm driving a car that has within it the possibility of not being able to be driven tomorrow. I am pulling up to my apartment that is existing within the possibility that I may not be able to afford it in a few days from now. the same apartment that I have lived in for almost 8 years. Yet I see the thread of magic and miracles that runs through it all, for it is all fragile, yet indestructible. To recognize the fragility is to recognize the indestructibility. To recognize the fragility is not to bring you to fear, but rather bring you wholeheartedly into the world of magic and miracles. For upon your recognition, you will begin to see that there has been a flow that has carried you along a journey and a path that is uniquely yours, making its way to a destination or a purpose that you have chosen. Fragile, yet indestructible, influenced while having influence, and seeing while being seen. Simply relax into the inevitable movement of your flow, collapse into the arrival of one infinite possibility after another, and simply sit back and watch it all happen in front of you. Have no opinion, no attachment, and no preconceived expectations. Just watch from your seat in the flow, and you will be shown who you are and what everything is. In a moment of a flash of light or in a moment of quiet silence, you will see what you could not see before, that which was always there, but hidden in plain sight for all to see. There are no accidents. All has been orchestrated and been set in motion to accomplish a specific purpose that each one has chosen. A computer fails and it changes the world. A family member gets injured and it changes the world. A seedling falls from the tree and it changes the world. You may not have chosen the circumstances, but you chose the destination. Trouble comes into your life and trouble leaves your life. Difficulties with your body, with your finances, with your relationships all come and go like the seedling on the wind. If you can but just sit and watch, you will come to see them as simply passing fancies, just passing through your life so you can come to see yourself as just that seedling, divine and infinite, eternal and magnificent, moving in the flow without resistance to the circumstances, without reaction and without fear, fragile yet indestructible. Your challenge is to enjoy life while coming to the knowing and understanding of what life is, which in turn gives you an enjoyment of all life, not just the so-called good, but all of it as you head down the road to your chosen destination. It is all oh so beautiful. Each day a smorgasbord of infinite possibilities, each day packed with a million moments that change the world. Most go unnoticed, floating past you like the seedling on the wind until they land and you see the beauty and the thread of magic that runs through every life, every second of every day. A seedling, fragile yet indestructible. That is who we are. Cheers to us all as we continue on this journey of the discovery of who we are and what we do. Shining star. How do you let humanity see the evidence of the new world that's within you and me? You could teach them how to get there. You could show them the path. You could try and convince them, but it would just make them mad. You could send up some smoke signs. You could write it in a book, produce a video in the hopes that they would look. You could give them a process or a method to follow, but they only leave you filled with guilt and great sorrow. How about the law or a few commandments? That worked pretty well, except for those who didn't keep them. How about someone to worship, a new guru, a saint, to make them responsible for the choices you make? And finally, I know, let's make a new religion. Maybe this one won't put all its believers in prison. Instead, I'll just show you with the smile on my face, the light in my eyes, and a heart full of grace. How about some laughter and a little mischief too? Some singing and dancing, no rules I give you. A life of lightheartedness with no problems in sight, joy overflowing, everything is all right. In essence, a frequency, a vibration that will say, I'm here to show you by my life that there is another way. There's not much more to tell you. I've already said too much. Know that I'm having the time of my life. Of this, no religion can touch. So take this feeling and pass it on. And I will add this simple song. You're a shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see what you can truly be. You're a shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see what you can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. This is how you show them. It's with your light. And that light I give to you so that you can have what already belongs to you, a perfect life with perfect health and a magic future. Thank you for listening. I am David.